Welcome back to RockCrawlinJeeps, or drift cars. Changing it up this week. We're working on my E46 BMW. It's a 325i. This is a $1,500 car. This is my drift build, track car, daily, I don't care build. Just something to have fun with, something to learn other driving styles with, and to do it on a serious budget. So today, being that I'm 6'8", we're gonna get rid of the sunroof. There's a whole cartridge in there that takes up a couple inches, and I think it weighs something like 60 pounds. So we're gonna lose a bunch of weight, and we're gonna replace it with this. This is our new sunroof. And that's just a fiberglass panel. NRG was kind enough to help me out with some seats, wheel, adapter, harnesses, all of the safety gear in this car. Thanks so much to NRG. I did have just a normal NRG wheel, but my homie Ryan literally had to make sure I was staying fresh. So we got a new Pro wheel we're gonna upgrade to today. Change that up. So keeping it fly. Thanks again, Ryan. So we're gonna get to work on this thing. And I have a couple other projects for it, handbrake, other stuff. And the idea is to learn how to drift in this thing. I've done a little bit of drifting, but never in my own car where I could really push on it and not care if I hit a wall with it. Whenever you're in a loaner, it's kind of hard to fully commit because, well, you don't want to smash somebody else's car. But we're going to learn a lot with this thing. It's going to be a lot of fun, and let's get started. Where's that last one? I honestly can't see anything over there. Okay. I think that's pretty well it for that. Is there any up front?
Yeah, a whole bunch.
Okay. So, learn as you go, fellas. Just like that, we lost 60 pounds. This thing is pretty heavy. It's all like glass and metal, and we're gonna lose all of that crap. We just don't need it. So go ahead and close the chapter on this thing. It's like 10 of these little bolts. It's a 10 mil. Super easy to take out once you've gotten the headliner out of the way. I had already pulled it a couple months ago just in preparation for a bunch of other stuff. Eventually, this car is going to get a full cage, it's going to get everything, and it's going to be strictly a track toy. But until then, I'm going to daily it on the street and enjoy it, but it's also going to be something that I can just take to the racetrack or a drift event. We're going to weld the diff. So we'll do a video on welding the diff and all that kind of stuff. So in the meantime, we're going to open up that delete panel, and we're going to get rid of this thing. We got our sunroof delete. This is from Cleat Tuning out of Latvia. So this thing made its journey across the globe. I bought it, again, on sale because I don't like paying retail for anything, a while ago. And I've just had it sitting until we found some time to install it. So today is some time. I do have to give them props for their packaging. This is pretty nice. And there we go. A nice, simple, lightweight roof delete.
How much would you say it weighs, Zach?
Maybe 3 pounds? 3-4 pounds?
So 50 pounds weight savings.
50 pound weight savings, absolutely. Yeah. So, and all we've really got to do is mark some holes, and we'll put some sealant around the edges so water doesn't leak in, and we're done. All right. So, cool thing about this panel is the holes are actually pre-marked. We did set it over our old one and kind of double check the alignment before we drilled these, and it looks to be pretty spot on. So we're oversizing them just a little bit, and I've actually got one of the factory nuts or bolts that we're using right there. And we're just making sure it's just big enough for that, have a little bit of wiggle room, and then we're moving on to the next one. We've got our panel test fitted. I am super stoked on how this thing turned out. It gained me quite a bit of clearance right over top of the head. I may actually can fit my helmet now. That was the biggest reason for deleting this sunroof cartridge, was just to gain clearance for my helmet. Big on safety in terms of, you know, being responsible on the race course or in an event or anything for that matter. I want to come home good at the end of the day if I wreck this thing. So a helmet is 100% necessity. So we should have some room for that now, be able to get that on and clear the roof. We're going to make some adjustments on the seat too to get it just a little bit lower. I've got some new mounts up in there we're going to swap these out for. We're going to try and get the slider installed on this one, and then we're going to get our harnesses bolted in, and we're done. So maybe a couple more hours on this, but I get sidetracked easy because I'm excited about these dope seats. Again, thank you, NRG. We're going to pull this back out now that we've got it all mocked in. We've made sure all of our holes line up. We went ahead and tightened it into place just to make sure everything was right. Now we're going to pull it back out one more time, and we're going to go get some sealant. We're going to seal around here so I don't have water inside my car. Yes, it's a race car-ish thing. I don't want to go full race car because it's not. I'll go race car in quotations there. But it does sit outside. It does get street parked. Like, it's not a garage queen. The garage is full of Jeeps. So it sits outside. I don't want water all over my nice new seats and all inside my interior. So we're going to get this sealed up, and then we're going to move on to the rest of the inside so we can have some fun with this thing. We got everything test fit. So now we went and bought some urethane, silicone, RTV, sealant, bullshit, whatever you want to call it. This will more than take care of what we needed to take care of. I just don't want water getting into my interior. We plan to wrap the whole roof flat black, so I'm not real worried about this thing being white and the roof being blue. We're gonna clean it all up. Probably not today because it is a little cooler out, but maybe in the spring we'll wrap the roof flat black just so we don't have to worry about temperature. Or if I can just get it inside one day at work, we'll go ahead and wrap the flat black roof. Other than that, let's see if we can throw this thing in there and get it taken care of. Being tall has its challenges, especially when you want to do race car stuff. So I'm undoing this mount, and I'm going to show you exactly why I just bought new ones. These are my new ones. These are from Garageistic, I believe. Yeah, Garageistic. Kind of a weird name, but cool company. They also sell these seat mounts that I've got here. They're all billet. They're pretty rad. But you can see the difference. One has a ton of adjustability. One has a little bit of adjustability. This works for 90% of the people. This works for me. So what I'm attempting to do, and you can see just how much more adjustability we've got in this, is now I can try and set this back just a little bit further and grab these other holes and do what I need to do to get my seat mounted correctly for myself. This isn't for everybody. This is obviously kind of a weird circumstance because I'm 6'8". I have a 34-inch inseam and I have a rather large torso. So my head hits the roof and I need my ass on the floor. So unfortunately, cars just aren't made for people my size. So we have to do some things a little different than what you would normally do. And this is going to be our solution for this. So we're going to get this kind of mocked in, and we're going to grab the seat, and we're going to see what we can do from there to get our optimal angle. Before we pulled the seats out, I measured the seat back angle. It was at 19 degrees. I'm going to aim for somewhere near 24 degrees, just so I can get a little more room up here for my helmet and get that position that I like. So let's see what we can make happen. We've got our seat most of the way tightened up. I got a few bolts under here to tighten up. Man, I will say that the tight conditions that we put ourselves in to get these seats in there is, man, it's rough when you got big hands and you're not a small person.
Well, if you weren't 6'8", we wouldn't even have to do this.
Yeah, if I wasn't 6'8", we'd have been done hours ago. But we got it done. We've got our harnesses most of the way installed. Again, awesome thanks to the homies at NRG for keeping us safe while we're out there having some fun with this thing. We're going to get this wrapped up, and then we're going to install a slider on the passenger seat. So let's tighten up these last bolts. So that really about wraps it up for today for us. Got a couple of things we didn't get to, but I misplaced some hardware and we're gonna have to go get it, and by the time we get it, it'll be dark. So we're not gonna be able to show you that last bit. Maybe we'll do some follow-up Instagram posts or something, but we got both of our NRG seats installed. I still have to do the harness stuff for these. I have to actually undo where that one's bolted and pass it through, but we got our seats in, our mount in, our sliders on, so that seat's all mobile. On the other side, I'll show you this. This was kind of a pain, but so we got this all done. The Garagistic, like, billet mounts that you can't see anything of in there because it's so dark. Got the mounts installed, got the seats bolted in on the brackets. Everything is as it should. Got our harnesses in on the bar, and got our wheel on, and that's on a quick release, so it makes it nice and easy for getting in and out. And the great thing there is that is SFI rated, so it'll pass with pretty much any sanctioning body. The seat is actually FIA as well. So, like I said, a little bit of tidying up to do on this stuff, but I'd say we're 90% of the way there. But we're getting there. Let me show you the last of what we got to install, and then I think we're going to run to the store and get some hardware. So these are the harness sets that we're running. There's the part number in case anybody wants it. And that's a full SFI harness kit. This is one seat's worth. So we've already got one kit in there. That'll be our second kit. And then we've got that right there left to install as well. Again, big thanks to Ryan and the guys over at NRG for getting this car safe and ready to go have some fun with. Next up is a set of Kansei wheels, some fresh rubber, and we're gonna go drift this thing and take it to Wintercross and all sorts of fun stuff now that we've got it safe. So we're gonna go party, we're gonna have some fun with it. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check out the channel. It's not just Jeeps now. We're gonna do some drifting, some racing, some Ford projects, mainly Jeep focused, but we've got some other stuff that's gonna be really fun for the winter, so stay tuned and we'll see y'all next time.